Recording. Good. That's recording. Good. Check. You know this.
Got you.
All right. Long time, man. How you been?
It's been a minute. I've been great. How are you?
Dude, you're fit, man. Your fit is always on point.
Appreciate you. This little number, just pulled it out of the closet.
Let's start with this, man. Branding. You are your brand. Why should people be their brand?
You know what? In the sea of same, the easiest way to stand out is just to be slightly different, first and foremost.
Yeah.
But if your brand is going to embody tenets of luxury, then you have to be a reflection of that. No matter what your brand is and who it's for, you have to reflect who it's for.
I agree. I just thought about this at this moment. The fake it till you make it works in most cases, but what is the pitfall within luxury with that?
That's a really great question. You know, I truly believe there's so many talented people, but there's a difference between talent and experience, right? So you can produce all the shoots you want. You can have traveled to destination workshops, you can have the content, but until you actually have the real world experience, you're just talented. You have to have, I've conquered weddings in the rain and the snow. I've conquered problems with X, Y, and Z. I have 17 solutions for anything that could possibly go wrong.
Right.
And that's experience. And ultimately, in the world of high stake luxury weddings, experience is by far more important than talent.
So for people that do weddings, right? Luxury, they know that people charge more. What is a range that they go to? Because I'm sure it depends on the client, right? If they want a helicopter, if they want this, obviously the budget increases. What is the fluctuation and how high these things can go?
I mean, for photographers at the very top of the spectrum, like 50, 60, 70, 100,000 is not out of the question for a 3-day weekend. That represents a very small portion,
Right.
but that is what is possible.
But what are they getting for that $50,000?
They're getting an incredible experience.
So there's not the photo?
They're getting great photos too, but they're actually what they're really getting, Giancarlo, is they're getting trust. They're getting proof. Yeah. And they're getting by far and away someone who can solve any problem that can possibly arise.
I agree, man. What could they learn from a company like YSL or Tiffany's or Gucci? What can a photographer learn from a company that specializes in luxury?
You're never, ever, ever selling a product. You're delivering a product. They're leaving with a product, but what they're selling is an invitation to be part of a club, part of a group. They're selling an experience. They're selling how you will feel when you experience the brand.
We talked about Scarcity yesterday. You had a different take on it. Could you share that with me?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people think that limited means more expensive or limited means this or that. I look at Scarcity as like a hotel model, as a 5-star hotel. That hotel is there 365 days a year. It's a building, it's an institution. Now, some dates are blacked out and they're not available.
Right.
Some dates there's a premium, some days there's a reduction, right? So it's supply and demand, but the building is always there. So my take on it is the scarcity is the price point. I'm not for everybody, but for those that see the value, and when the room block is available, let's go.
Nice, man, nice. Now I know we have Godox behind this. Tell me, what is your connection with Godox?
Godox is an amazing brand. I've just recently become an ambassador for them last year, but I've used their gear since the beginning of my career. So when they approached me to partner with them, it was like a no-brainer. I love the brand. I love all the gear that they're putting out. It always works. And it's a brand that just always works for me. And they've given me so much opportunity. Super grateful.
I'm big on if it works, that's all that I care about. I know some people see Godox as a lower quality, but obviously it's not. You're using it in your workflow, most likely, or other brands, whatever it might be. What do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about Godox?
I think a lot of people may look at the lower price point and think it's not as premium as other brands, but I assure you I've used every brand on the market and it is every bit as premium and honestly, interface, it just works. And if something were to go down if I was just a regular consumer before I was an ambassador, if something went down and broke, fell down or something, it's so easy to replace, much easier to replace than another big brand.
Oh, of course, absolutely. It's more feasible. I have the old school 8200s for most of my work. They won't break.
No.
They won't break. When they break, I'll buy a new one. But up until then, it's still, and I do volume. So you know what I mean? My nights, like a wedding, will be a boom, 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 boom. So quality work. I like that. I like that.
They just work.
I know I still feel like we're in 2025, but it is 2026, Chris.
Happen, I know.
What are you looking to get out of 2026?
2026 is going to be a really fun year for me. My mantra for this year is I always like to pick a word every year. And last year was discipline. And this year is arrived, meaning I'm no longer trying to chase. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler. I'm going to be hustle. But my mindset is not to chase, but to merely attract because I feel that I've arrived.
I like that. I like that. And Chris, I know we talked before, but how do people find your work?
Find me online. My website's a great first place to start, chrisjevans.com. On the gram at Chris J. Evans Photo. TikTok is becoming a pretty fun place to see my personality at Chris J. Evans. I like to check that one out. And the rest, just come find me in one of these things.
Last question I want to leave you with, man. Do you have any personal projects you're working on this year?
I really want to get my book finished. It's got my autobiography / business building book of those that know me and have seen my classes, how I just really infuse all my life lessons into building a luxury brand.
Okay.
And I ground it in such gratitude. So the book's going to be a focus on how gratitude is your secret weapon.
I love it, man. I can't wait to see that book come out. And I sure will be on the website.
Everything will be there.
I love it, man. Chris, man, it's been our second talk. It won't be our last. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you later tonight.
Carlo, you're the man. Let's go.